Hello, welcome. We were talking. Welcome to the Lyle Style Show. It's a beautiful show here. I'm going to say this. They have one of the important guests here on my show because he makes the show runs. He helps me out with my show. He's a part of the PATV staff. He does all the workshop. He's the director of the workshop here at the PATV, and he helps get people started in doing their own show like he got me started. I want to welcome Jared. Jared, man, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Yeah. Don't be nervous, man. You've been doing this for, you're a pro, man. You're a pro.
It's a different format. It's different from being behind a podium.
I know.
Doing a game show.
Oh, you do good. You do your game show. I forget you do the smartest I one, isn't it? Yeah, and that's a good game show, man. A good concept. Mm-hmm. I know you work on that, and Emily works on that, and that's a good concept for a game show. Which back in the
idea, give Emily.
Emily, well, she's a beautiful person. She's been doing this for a while, and she does a good job too. Emily does a real good job. But we're talking about you a little bit. I want to tell me how did you get started in this type of business? What's your background?
Well, let's see. I have a degree in graphic arts and a degree in psychology. And how I ended up in PATV actually was when I was at the University of Iowa, I was hosting a talk radio show. And one time I had a listener call in and say, you should do a video version of your show. You should go down to PATV. And I had no idea this place even existed. I had never been to PATV. Here I was in Iowa City for so many years, didn't know it existed. And then I thought it was a great idea. I really liked it. And so I stopped by. I stopped by one afternoon after my radio show and checked it out, and I fell in love with the place. And I haven't left since.
Wow! Now, so you did your own radio show back in the day. It was more, as you say, it was a political show, national type politics. Now, we was talking a little bit, and you was telling me some interesting things about the people that was on your show. Edwards.
Yeah, John Edwards.
So
my show, being a show on the University of Iowa radio station and being in the state of Iowa, I was fortunate to have some of the politicians passing through the state for the Iowa caucus. And so I had quite a few candidates that were running for president end up on my radio show. And so Edwards, Sam Brownback, who's now the governor of Kansas.
Yeah.
Let's see, Tommy Thompson, the former governor of Wisconsin. That was my favorite interview. Yeah. And who else? I'm drawing a blank. I mentioned them all.
Yeah, you told me some so many different ones. And so you did your show. You say about from 2005, 2010. Okay, that's when you stopped taping your show then.
Yeah. And so I was working here by then, but it felt like time to move on.
Yeah. Because now you say you're a graphic artist. No wonder you do so well with the graphics on that you do with the show, man. You know what you're doing. Now I want to ask you, a little bit about PATV. Now you do all the work. Now what made you get involved in doing the workshops and starting the workshop program here?
So the person that held the position prior to me teaching workshops was Tad Davis. He lives in Chicago now. He and his family moved to Chicago, and I had been working here for a few months, and he moved on, and so I got offered the position to teach the workshops.
Right. So you have to do a little background, a little studying about the guidelines and how things ran, because I know back in the day, back in the 90s, the workshops were a lot different than you do now. But now I guess maybe some of the guidelines are a little bit more different back in the 90s because than it is now 2012. What I want to ask you about, what type of workshops do you teach? How many workshops you do?
How many workshops do I teach? Let's see. So the first one that when people want to get involved with the station, they take the intro guidelines workshop. And it just goes over the rules and regulations of getting involved with the station. And after that, let's see, camera workshop, if people want to learn how to use and operate
Yeah.
the camera equipment we have available. We've got the camera workshop. We've got editing workshop. If you want to edit your video that you've recorded in the Final Cut Pro editing program, teaching a workshop in that. Studio workshop. So if you want to learn how to do a show like Lyle here in the studio,
Yeah. Yeah.
you have to take the workshop like Lyle did.
Yeah. I had to take the workshop. Yeah, I did.
And then, so learn how to, basically it's the steps to doing a live or recorded show here in the studio, utilizing the green screen behind us. And,
Yes, people can see.
and let's see, so studio workshop next, high definition video workshop. That's the newest one.
Okay, yeah.
That one's really exciting. We have high definition video cameras now, and so you can learn how to shoot in high definition video, learn about like the different formats and so forth, what's best. And digital animation.
That's the very interesting right there. Digital animation. Now, what do you do with that?
So part of the Final Cut Pro package that we use Final Cut Pro for editing, but also we have the program Apple Motion. And so there's two primary softwares, I'd say, that are doing 3D graphics animation for video. It's After Effects, which is an Adobe application, and then Motion is the Apple Final Cut Pro program. And so in that workshop, you learn how to work in a 3D environment and so forth and do graphics. It's not like an in-depth, like doing a Disney, like a Pixar animation or anything like that. It's more intended maybe for a show like this to do like an intro for the show, or do like your bottom third, like a little logo that might be right there.
Okay.
And let's see, so we use that in tandem with the program Photoshop and also Final Cut Pro to develop, some graphics.
Wow. To learn that, they can actually do it themselves. You actually teach the class to teach somebody to do it their own self and whatnot, to be independent and to do their own work, whatever, Wow, but it seems like that type of course would take months and months, and I mean years, but you teach that course in how long of a time?
So I say that it's about an hour and a half per each workshop. And so the way PATV is designed is that we want to make the equipment and the facilities available to members of the community. And so how I teach workshop, and I'm sure like things have changed over time and so forth. I know even when Tad Davis used to do it, he had a different technique as far as how the workshops were implemented. But what I like to do is I teach them by appointment.
Okay.
And so I like working with individuals. That way they get the most out of it. They get the most out of the information. And so it's really built upon being an introduction for them about how everything works, the processes and so forth, the concepts behind it. But it's short, therefore they have a chance to, right after that, then use that equipment. They can check out those HD cameras, or they can schedule time to edit on the computers, edit their video projects. So that's how it's designed. It's not like some public access stations. I understand that they're like multi-week courses that they go through and so forth. Right. And I think we don't want to alienate people. We want people to have a chance to jump in. And one of the things, you can take a course and you can sit in front of somebody working on a computer program, for 5 hours, and you don't really get anything out of it unless you sit in front of it yourself. And so that's what we really see is that, you can take a camera workshop, you can go out and do a shoot, and no matter what, maybe everything was gone over, you say like, you understand, but you'll always make that little mistake, that you can only learn by doing it on your own, by going out and, shooting for yourself.
That's excellent. That's a good approach to what you're talking about, to making it more accessible to people, more people being involved, more people wanting to do this, because you take people hands-on, you sit them down, and they actually do it themselves. You show them, and they say, okay, now you try to do it, you do this, blah, blah, blah. And when they get it, and they feel like, wow, it gives them a little bit more confidence in what they're doing, that I can actually do this. Because people look at television saying, wow, it's a big, vast thing. And wow, can I do this, can I do this? I can't do this, But what's about with your program, what you do, your workshops, you make it easy, give them more confidence, because you are working one-on-one, hands-on with people and what workshop they're doing, whether it be studio, because you taught me the studio thing, you showed me everything that I need to know. I was amazed about how technology has got 15 years, 15 years or whatever. So I kudos to you for what you taught me. So so the viewers will realize that coming here, being involved with the PATV, a community diversity type of program, it's a good thing. Now, to tell me something, do you know a little bit of anything about the background about PATV, or how long it's been going on, or where is it going?
I know, well, PATV started in the very early 80s, but as it exists today as an independent nonprofit organization, it was started in 1989. And so I don't know the complete history. I mean, there's a lot of people around who have been here from the very start, and they're still doing shows, and they still do a great job. I haven't lived in Iowa City, for that long. I haven't even been born as long as the station's been around.
You're a young man, boy.
And so I think, let's see, started in the library, right?
Yeah, it did. Start in the library.
Were you involved when it was at the library?
I started to get involved in PATV back in 1990, but it was there before 1990. So that's when Renee Payne, she was the director, a beautiful person, and talented, and man, she made people really feel at home, just like you do. And so somebody approached me to be on their show, because I'm a cartoonist. I did portraits, I do caricatures, and I was on a person's show showing about my characters, or whatever. And they said, well, Lyle, you work with kids, why not do a kids show? Oh, what, a kids show? So I said, no, I'm kids, boy, are so unpredictable. But they wanted some variety for sure the show, and I did that. And then somebody said, "Lyle, you should have your own talk show, because you talk a lot," which is hard to believe that I talk a lot. But I said, "What?" So I started producing the kids show, and then actually hosting my own talk show from there, though. But I know that you got involved with PATV back in 2010. Was it in 2010? Or was it before then?
It was 2008.
Wow! So you was there before? Okay, okay then. So now, what do you think PATV is going from here? It's 2012.
Well, I mean, the technology will always be changing, and that's just the way it is. I think as far as the way people view videos, that's changing dramatically. But I mean, as an organization, I mean, down to its core, things are still probably the same way they've been in the very beginning. It's still, a resource for the people of Iowa City and Coralville, to have that opportunity to make media, to be able to use video equipment, to be able to edit on computers and so forth, is what we use nowadays.
Right.
So I mean, that will be unchanged, no matter where we may be someday in the future. Where cable TV may be, so on and so forth. There will always be a need. Same thing like a library. There'll always be a need to have things like this, video equipment and so forth. Computers for editing, perhaps. Doing creative projects, make that. Facilitate that for members of the community. Right,
exactly. And you, I know you stress a lot about community and about diversity, and getting a lot of diverse programs here on the station, and that's a good thing. I know you want to see more diverse programs. I mean, back when I started, it's more now than when I started back in 1990, and so. How can people get involved? What would you think would be the first step? Did you want to talk to you? They come down here. They call.
We're anytime we're open. We're open to the public. People can come down and just see for themselves.
Okay.
As far as getting involved, if someone wants to get involved here at the station and start, checking out video equipment or start editing videos, or what have you. They want to take the guidelines workshop first.
Okay.
And so I teach that by appointment.
Okay.
And so the best way to get a hold of me personally is to email me. Email is patv18 lyle@gmail.com. Or they can also call the station, 319-338-7035, or we're also at 206 Lafayette Street. Taking the guidelines workshop isn't necessary if you just want to see for yourself, just kind of hang around or volunteer. Don't have to, take workshops if you just want to help and kind of be involved.
Right. You are helping people, helping each other. Because I know they have PATV stations, just like PBS, which is a public broadcasting station. They have those all over the country. I know they have the same thing with PATV. It's getting so big where they have stations all over the country, from the West Coast to the East Coast to the Midwest. I know they have them South and North. So what is it like? Do y'all ever exchange ideas from different PATV stations? Say somewhere in California. Do y'all ever exchange ideas, or someone in California call and say, well, you got any video you can send us, blah, 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 whatever?
Yeah, it does happen. There are public stations like this across the country, and so there are occasionally producers of programs that will send us their DVDs to try to get it to play. People are ambitious and they want to try to get their stuff on every station across the country. It's pretty fun. But there's a service called PEG Media, which stands for Public Education and Government Channel Media, that allows producers on stations like this across the country to upload their videos, their programs to this server, and then other stations around the country can then download them. And so there's been some people that have had quite a bit of success in that, being broadcast across the nation with their shows. Wow,
and I know y'all use YouTube as another resource, and that's a big, blown up type of situation, whatever. So I know a lot of people see the show that's on cable, but only see it on YouTube, and they see the show that I do on YouTube, and I get comments about that. So I mean, y'all use a lot of different avenues to uplift and help people get their work out and get their opinion out, because everybody has an opinion, and if you wanted to express yourself, what a way for a community to take a program, to take your workshop, be able to sit behind a desk like this and talk. Not only talk, you can make a movie, or do a video, or music, showcase the talent of music. The sky's the limit with doing this. So I commend y'all for allowing me to actually do what I do, because I like talking to people, but it takes a village to make things work and whatnot, and people in y'all staff helping out everybody is a commendable thing, so.
It's very much a community organization, and I think it's really fascinating. I mean, there's people that will come in here and then they have an idea, maybe just to do a video. I want to do this certain type of thing that was a hobby to me, and I want to make a video about it and present it to other people. And then in coming around here, they may meet other volunteers, that then will assist on their project. And there's so much collaboration, people in local community coming together and making media, and it's
amazing, isn't it, man? Yeah, I know. I'm just amazed every time I come here and see all the different programs that y'all have to offer, on the station. And people don't realize how much the programs are really becoming professional, really becoming real nice, entertaining. From talk shows to music shows to game shows. I mean, I do like y'all show that y'all do, and to political shows, through people showing movies, variety, and they're done locally. That's a good thing. People done locally here with ideas and bring them out and let them be out there for people to watch. And that's a blessing and whatnot. And Emily's holding 10 minutes up. We talk so much, man, that sometimes time flies. Every time I talk to the show, I say time flies here, because we get so much to get involved with, get into, and talk a little bit about. But I want to ask you. I never get that out. Where are you from, Richard?
I grew up in Amana. I'm in Iowa, yeah.
What?
It's not Amish. Everybody thinks Amanda's Amish. You saw thought so too, right?
Oh, yeah, when you said that, I'm
Amanda's
thinking.
not Amish.
It's not Amish? That's the first thing that came to my head. Wow, because
Kelowna is, but
because he don't favor an Amish person, but is he Amish for real? So it's not Amish though, huh? It's not.
It's not Amish, no. No, it was a German colony.
Oh, really? Wow, man. Okay, so you originally from Iowa, okay. Yep, and then you moved to Iowa City?
Yep, when I started attending the University of Iowa, I moved to Iowa City.
Wow.
I love it.
Been here ever since, huh?
I get out every once in a while when I get a chance, yeah.
Wow, man. I mean, I'm learning about you, Jared. I mean, you're so laid back and so quiet, Those are the kind of people you got to watch, man, because quiet folks will just realize how talented you are, man, and what you're doing. So what would you say about PATV, about you encourage people to come down?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's something for everyone here,
Okay.
Because I mean, it's a really fun place to volunteer, because there's always a lot happening, there's all these fun, experimental videos, throughout the week, you might catch going on, and, I mean, it's a great place to learn about media. The thing is, once you actually get engaged in the process of making, a broadcast program, I mean, you don't look at TV the same way ever again.
Really?
Was that the same for you? It was that way for me. That after I actually started making a show here, it's you just notice these little things,
Now you did your own show. You did your own show here. What was the name of it?
So I did a video version of my radio show. So that's how I started. I started doing.
And you have politicians here?
On my show, I still, I think it's fun. I think it's fun trying to get people passing through the state. But I don't do interviews or anything like that.
So you talk to the viewers then, basically, on your own version of your radio show. Wow. Now how long did you do that here?
I did that probably for 8 months. So my goal in doing mine was that I wanted to make the show look like any other cable news program, So you had all the stuff flying around the screen and all that while I'm sitting there. So the thing about my show is I did it all on my own. Where you have this whole crew. You have 5 people waving at us in the control booth right now.
Where did it go waving right now? Boy.
When I used to do mine,
by yourself?
Yeah, I'd put the tape in the player and I'd run back out here and sit behind the desk, and then after it was over, I'd go and edit it, and then I'd spend it'd take 14 hours to do a half an hour show after you do all the editing and the graphics and things like that. I learned a lot, and I still keep some of those graphics around that I still use for helping people with their shows nowadays, because they're still can be relevant. But I mean,
I like to see you, man. I'm trying to picture you doing it, running back and forth, whatnot. It's remind me of those old type of shows back then when someone would sit here, okay, talk, the camera's moving this way. I'll be right back. And move the camera back over here, come back and sit down. And but you did a radio show because you know how to do it though. You know how to talk to people and whatnot. So I just cannot express that PATV is been a godsend, to a lot of people, a godsend to a lot of people and whatnot. And we want to get the word out that people should come down here and get involved with the workshops. Number one, to start something, you got to get involved with the workshop first. That's the first step. Come down here to 206 Lafayette Street, talk to Jared, involved with the workshops. And Emily said, "Oh my goodness, Lyle's time is really getting really close to closing up." But see, think about this, boy. You do the shows, you talk a lot and whatnot. Let's say I have a watch on. I can't see what time it is. So I see the little car saying, got 2 minutes left, blah, 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 whatever.
You're just starting again, though. You get a few of these in, and you just have a half an hour in the back of your head. You'll just know it. You'll look up, and you'll see that she'll have the 2-minute sign.
Yeah.
It's funny how it works.
Really? Okay, well, I'm gonna see what you're talking about with that, right? Because I get so nervous that I may over talk myself. But Jared, I want to say thank you for even doing this, coming on the show, giving us a little bit of feel about PATV, about a little bit about you and what you've been doing and what your background, man. You're a beautiful person, and I really thank you for just honoring me to be my guest, man.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate that. I just wanted to say this to viewers. Jared, he's been involved in what he's doing and whatnot for a while. He's been started out at KRNI University Station doing his thing. Someone said, wow, man, you got one of those type of things, but you could do it on TV. Came down here. He didn't know what it was all about, but he came down to see what it was all about. He got hooked. And now he's been doing it now. Now he's doing a workshop. He's beautiful job. He's a staff. He's doing real good. It takes just one step. It takes, the Bible says you take one step, I take two. My thing is about you take that one step coming down here. That one step coming down here and see what this is all about. PATV is meant for you, the viewers out there. If you have an idea in your mind, it can come to pass. By coming down here, talking to Jared, getting involved in what you're doing, pretty soon, see, if I could do it, you could do it. That's number one right there. If I could do it, you could do it. So, I want the people out there, the viewers, people out there in YouTube land and everything like that, to take some time out here. Check out what's going on PATV. It's a beautiful venue to really get your voice out there and get heard. Because everybody has an opinion, everybody has a voice. This is for you, the community, to get together and to start something positive. You have something positive, say, this is a great thing to come down here and say it. I'm a firm believer of positive, reinforcing positive. And that's all what PAT is about, positive conversation, positive being creative, positiveness. So we want to commend y'all coming down here, talk to Jared. Where the station's on 206 Lafayette Street.
Or down South Dubuque.
Yeah, right down South Dubuque.
Down Mall, down from the Sheridan, just roll downhill.
Roll down. Oh, boom! If you're in the Sheridan, come on down here, man. That's a good thing. And then also talk to Jared, talk to somebody else, Emily, anybody else. And so to get involved in this PATV, it's a good thing for the community. It's a good thing for the country. We need all PATV all over this country to get together and whatnot and start a revolution. Oh man, and a good revolution, a positive thing. So I want y'all to don't take it out of context, but because people probably would. So you just keep a smile on your face. I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate what Jared is doing. He's doing a wonderful job, everything like that and stuff. So I just want y'all to be encouraged, being positive, uplifted. Take the time to smell the roses sometimes, because sometimes the world goes around too fast. We need to stop sometimes, smell the roses, enjoy life, because we only live one time. And that time could be the best time of your life. So smell the roses sometimes, be positive and uplifted, whatnot, from PATV. Hey, another thing, if y'all got any questions about the show, hey, write me here at 206 Lafayette Street, PATV. Let me know what you think about the show or what the programming. Let me know what guests you want on the show. I would like to hear from you, the viewers out there in the community, out there in YouTube. I want to say a special shout out to my mom. She watches the show all the time, whatnot, and to my beautiful friend that I care about out there. She knows who she is. So shout out to her, and to my friend Jonathan, and he's in his family, Jenny and her family, and all people that come and go, family out there. So shout out to y'all. So in parting, I want everybody to always remember, number one, to always keep styling and profiling right here on the Lyle Style Show. Until next time, my friend, tune in next time where I'm going to have the president of the Iowa City Community Theater on the show, talked about her story. She has a remarkable story to tell. So tune in for that on, February 13th. Tune in. I'll see you next time. God bless.